Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or I guess it's afternoon, whatever. Welcome to my latest stream of American Utopia. I know it's been a couple months, hasn't it? I grew sideburns. Anyways, welcome to Creating an American Utopia Part 4. We're gonna, I was gonna do the Brazilian Utopia, but originally a little bit ago. What's up, Connor? How's it going? I was gonna do the American Utopia. I want to say around or the Brazilian Utopia a little bit ago, but I figured it's 4th of July, so I'm doing this. Shall we begin? Let's begin. Yeah, happy 4th of July, Connor. Ah, boy. So what's been happening the 3 months I've been gone? I've lost track. I don't think I've uploaded on a weekly basis since I want to say 2020. So I've been missing out on a lot in terms of content. So Well, regardless, we must achieve our utopia. The Jason trial. A little jokey back in the day. I don't know. I thought about doing it, but I thought about doing it in all honesty. I wouldn't be against doing it now, to be honest, considering the whole, what was it, the Nerd City documentary that was made last year, I think. I wouldn't be against doing it, in all honesty, but I don't know. With how my current content is, it kind of would seem nowhere, but if we're on a second channel, I would take any chance of doing it, in all honesty. I would love to do it. I know making fun of J stations like them was peak content back in the day, and for good reason. The dude definitely. Oh yeah, I forgot I have the exploding blaster bolts on. Forgive me. Okay. So that's what that button does. All this seriousness. Yeah, I always felt that with changing my content from wrestling stuff, I never really thought about doing comedy stuff that much. Especially considering that when I tried, I'm not exactly the funniest guy on the planet, so I'm not exactly like Joan Rivers or something like that. I'm not Robin Williams. I'm just a 20-year-old playing Lego Star Wars in his basement on the 4th of July. Well, what can you do? Oh man, I wish I could have 3PO so I could make the tired old joke about how they made fun of Lucas in a Star Wars game. I swear, I only put exploding blaster bolts on just because it's 4th of July, and it'd be like a prime Murica moment, That's the only reason I did that. Do I care? Not really, because it's funny. Mudahar? Oh yeah, Mudahar did do J Station thing, didn't he? I think he was like the first guy that exposed the drama with his ex-girlfriend, was it? Like he was the one that did something you'd see out like Law and Order, where he did what was it? He did something he called the Toronto PD just to see, hey, is there any dead people that just died on this road a little bit ago? And the answer was no. It was made up for the internet. Yeah, he did do a good expose. I'll give him that, you know. I wish I was I mean, as much as um I mean the funny thing about the whole situation was the dude literally sat there and just thought that no one would notice. Like, I know his game plan was that he was going to bring her back to life so he could resurrect her or whatever, just so he could make his child demographic think he was like some sort of god. But yeah, no. I know firsthand that that's what he was going to do, because we all know that his audience believed everything he did was real, you know. Because you have to remember his audience was like, what, maybe ranging from like, what, 6 to 9-year-olds, something like that. Contact J Station. It'd be funny if I would, in all honesty. If I were to contact J Station, I don't know what my first thing I would say, but I think knowing what he's done to like dox people in private and whatever for like making fun of them for like using their Fortnite footage or whatever. This was a long time ago, by the way, but like knowing that in general, that would just be the funniest thing, in honesty. Yeah, just like I get something in my feed saying that, hey, you shouldn't have talked crap about a dead channel from 2 years ago. I don't know. Oh, yes, my favorite comedic aspect of this game. You grab him by the butt and drop him all the way down. Seriously, I mean, I'm just gonna leave him there. I'm just gonna leave him there. Just suffer, my old friend. You're gonna sit there and be like that your whole life. Death is a preferable option to you right now. So I'll just give you the sweet relief of death. I probably need to go back here anyways. I mean, seriously, 8-year-old me got a real kick out of that. Oh boy. All right. So my game plan for the next few streams will be, I'm gonna plan on only one more American Utopia video. I think that's my game plan. I'm just gonna do one more American Utopia after this one, and then I'm done. Mainly because I think I said repeatedly on stream that, what was it, the only way that there would be like an American Utopia Part 4 was if I was getting close to being done with Skywalker Saga. Which I am getting close to it. The issue is that I'm not quite there yet, and I'm also, not only am I not quite there yet, I'm also not at the final episode I want to be at for right now. I'm just getting into the original trilogy, which is where I always finish off on if I'm doing a Star Wars game. So my game plan, I was originally going to do that for 4th of July and just have it stream for that for theming. But after I saw that couldn't be done on time, I was just like, you know what? I'll play complete Saga on 4th of July and, you know, and just do like an American Utopia for that. And then when I get enough, I'll stream episode 6 and 100% Skywalker Saga. Job done. And that will also be an American Utopia video. And then after that, I'm done. North Korea go hand in hand. I mean, to be fair, both of them do like censorship, so I can see that at least. You know, I mean, I know what was it? I think it was Kim Il Sung had a lot of mistresses as well. All of them were not great. You know, none of them were great relationships. They all failed. Because let's be fair, if you're getting into a relationship with Kim Il Sung, you're either coerced into it or you're crazy. Either one's not going to work out for you. Alright, it's time to go into the protagonist of our short film. I swear, the only reason I'm doing episode 4 is because I did episode 6 for the last American Utopia, so I figured why not do something different. I like how was it in Skywalker Saga? There's actually some drama with picking the droids and whatever. Here, he just picks them both out in the job. Let's steal them. So you know. So I guess to be fair, this one isn't exactly lore accurate because R2 wanders off and Luke has to find him, and then this scene happens. Here, the Jawas steal him and whatever. So not exactly lore accurate. So I'll take a couple points off for that. They almost made a deal with Iraq and they almost made a deal with Iran and Iraq in 2002. Yeah, North Korea did technically do that, didn't they? I mean, what didn't Bush call that like the axis of evil or something like that? If I recall, that was like a big thing back in the ye old days of the early 2000s. Like he called them the axis of evil. You know, it was that was a big thing back then. We all thought that like there was going to be a war with North Korea and everything. Of course, it didn't happen. Of course, because that's my dogs. Well, point being, I mean, the Khomeini family, Saddam Hussein, and Kim Jong Il. If there was ever like an unholy trinity, it's that. Let's just put it that way. You know, not to go into like my history channel or whatever, but like that's what it would essentially be like. It's the unholy alliance. Mid to late 2002 to early 2003. I guess, yeah, I could definitely see early 2003 because I think early 2003 was when Saddam got deposed. So I think that was realistically when that stopped. If that was, I think that was probably it. That was a rumored deal, but I think knowing that Saddam was deposed in 2003, that's also a very likely possibility. So. I mean, one thing I remember. What was it? This was back in maybe 2000, in like the maybe 2012, something like that. I think John McCain called Kim Jong Un fat or something like that. This may have been after. It was after Kim Jong Il died. John McCain called Kim Jong Un fat. He was just like, and he was just did like the stereotypical thing, like he threatens us with nukes or whatever. And John McCain just responded by saying, "Well, what did you expect me to call him? Skinny?" I may disagree with your politics, Mr. McCain, but rest in peace. Of course, we see Obi-Wan being brain, or is Ben Kenobi, I guess, at this point. Which, I mean, even then, like they say in A New Hope, like, oh, I haven't been called Ben since you were born, or I haven't been called, excuse me, I haven't been called Obi-Wan since you were born. And it's just like every time in Kenobi, like which is 10 years after Luke was born, they just this is a nitpick, sure, but this is probably more of a nitpick. But it's like, why do they have everyone just calling Obi-Wan when he's supposed to be using the alias Ben Kenobi? I mean, it's definitely a nitpick, but if you can't keep like the basic details like that right, that's kind of an issue, at least in my opinion. So, you know. Like, I think there was one thing I remember. What was it? There was this like I think there was one time in I think this is when they were filming the first Star Wars. This was like in 1970. This was about 76, 77. They were filming the scenes for Tatooine, and they had like the thing I'm in, the sandcrawler. And what happened was is that this is when I think it was filming in Tunisia at the time, and I think Tunisia was in a bit of a struggle with, I want to say it was Muammar Gaddafi's Libya. So Libyan forces saw like the sandcrawler just randomly messing around in the background. They thought it was an act of war and almost declared war on Tunisia before realizing it was part of the Star Wars set. So on today's list of dumb reasons why wars almost started, Star Wars, the filming of it with like the sandcrawler and everything, almost directly caused a war between Tunisia and Libya. The more you know. Muammar Gaddafi was a weird guy, you know. Like, he was a weird. I mean, I think he was like the if you think of like most anti-American dictator, Gaddafi's probably on that list. I think he was a weird guy. He supported both Joseph Stalin and then supported like ISIS and Al Qaeda and whatever. He was a weird guy, you know. It's almost like he didn't want like Libyan supremacy and was instead just wanted like instead was just like an aggressive anti-American. Although maybe that's just crazy talk. I don't know. How fitting is it that I do like oh, I died. How fitting is it that on 4th of July I create like an American Utopia video or whatever, and then just do a game where I can just shoot people and like cause explosions or whatever. You know, I chose the perfect episode to do it too. By the way, so you're welcome. By the way. need 3PO to go up here. There was like something else that I remember that was pretty dumb. Because I mean, I'm not even talking about the Utopia thing, but who cares? I never do that. So here's another dumb thing I remember. What was it? It was this. There was this one time I think I want to say it was 2007, something like that, where America and North Korea teamed up to save a bunch of U.S. and North Korean soldiers from Somali pirates. That was an actual thing that happened. So, you know. I mean, everyone hates pirates. I mean, unless you're talking about maybe Johnny Depp and whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, everyone likes to say that, what was it? That, the whole criminal legend thing that you see a lot. Yeah, like especially in American culture, I would say you saw this a lot with say Al Capone and whatever, but like Blackbeard in particular is less talked about. I would say, considering how well romanticized Al Capone is in our culture. But like Blackbeard in particular was English pirate or whatever that was the who wrecked early colonial American whatever, right? He was basically the stereotypical pirate character that we see in fiction. And by stereotypical pirate character in fiction, I mean he was the basis for the stereotypical pirate character we see in fiction. You know how I know this? Jack Sparrow was largely inspired by Blackbeard. So hey, if you want to thank someone for why the modern stereotypes about pirates exist, you could thank that guy, Blackbeard. Edward Teach is his real name. Nice. Suspicious. And they got like a coffee mug, walkie-talkie. Obi-Wan's a proper American. He's got a full-on bazooka. Let's go. I'm 20 years old and I still laugh at that. I'm an idiot, I swear. I'm 20 and I still laugh at that. You think there'd be like a certain age where you just that's just not funny, but it's not. It's still funny. Okay. I think that's all the funny jokes. I'm sorry. It's still funny. I call it a nitpick, but why is Obi-Wan still wearing his Jedi robes out in public where he knows that that's vehicular homicide, Luke? What are you doing? But seriously, why is Obi-Wan carrying out his wearing his Jedi robes out in public where the Jedi are illegal and he knows full well that they're looking for 3PO and R2? No, whatever. Let it slide. We'll just chalk it up to arrogance these days, because that's what every stan... I hate that word. That's like every stan in It doesn't matter if it's like the MCU or the MCU or DC or whatever. Everyone just chalks up idiocy to ignorance. Which would work if there wasn't like an already established universe saying otherwise. It's like I know that Obi-Wan's a smart guy, you know. I mean, that's part of the point of his character, and what outside being being the mentor character to Luke, you know, he's a smart character. That's part of his gimmick. You know, no one ever makes this argument for Batman. You know, when Batman makes makes a out of pocket decision, it's just like, okay, that was really stupid. Why'd you even think that would work? Then the other character, it's like, oh well, you just don't get this character. He's it's secretly smart, and you don't understand it. It's just a little convenient, I would say. Like, you know, Obi-Wan with like was it like with the trench coat with Leia or something like that? Like that scene. I mean, it's not like an insult that they don't get caught, because they do. Part of the reason why that seems stupid and whatever. Fortnite kids realizing they can't build in World War III. I mean, yeah, you cannot build in World War III. I think, you know, World War III breaks out. Kids who are like basically addicted to Fortnite are done. You know, it's like if you existed in 2018, like that was like the plague. You know, you just couldn't escape it. It's like the worst part is, there's like so many games out. Like I'm old enough to, I guess maybe I'm not old. I guess it was a few years ago, but like everyone's just like, oh, Minecraft's better. Oh, Fortnite's better. I'm just sitting here playing Lego Star Wars. You know, like yes, I understand that like competitions between games typically are stupid. I get that. Oh boy, I I never. I could maybe get the appeal now. I mean, I could get the appeal with Fortnite when it first started, but now every single game developer just wants to like get on the MMORPG trend or the first person shooter trend, because like it or not, that made bank back in the day. You don't really have that anymore. Oh, by the way, Han shot first. You know, I never understood the whole Fortnite kids kind of thing, you know? I mean, maybe that's just because when I played video games, it was just like, I mean, when I played video games, it was like more local multiplayer. You know, I played with the boys if they came over. You know, it was more local multiplayer, kind of like this game. It's local. I never really was like an online kind of guy. I know there's a lot of benefits to online games, and don't I'm not gonna disparage online games, but I don't know. There was just like it seemed a lot more fun when you got to play games with friends that you had every day compared to just strangers online who are just basically just I should put it. They're just basically good computer play. They're just really good computer characters, except they can trash talk you and tell you how bad you are. You know. Yeah, I mean, it's funny with how we've digitally advanced in gaming for however long. It feels like nothing has really changed that much at all. You're just the losers sitting in our basements just playing video games. You know, we haven't changed that much, in all honesty, since maybe the early 2000s. Except for the whole Gamergate stuff, but that's a whole other story. I don't even want to get into it. I mean, I don't know. It just felt like that. I mean, this may be just me, but I kind of wish that gaming had returned to that niche kind of community that it was back when I first started. Because now gaming just becoming modern Star Wars was. Media that people like nerds and whatever tried to escape a few years ago, like the normie sort of media. Everything just is heavily merchandised these days. And I think the biggest example you can think of that is like the Funko Pop or whatever, which is basically like a religious icon to millennials. I'm going on a tangent here. I'm sorry about that, but it's funny how it's changed a lot since I first started. So a little bit of resentment for that because no one really likes change. That's just how that works. Everyone hates change. Well, now it's time to commit war crimes, kids. See that peaceful planet that's done absolutely nothing other than house a rebel? Yeah, it's gonna blow up now. Have fun. Alright, champs. Blow it up. Light them up. What's a real challenge that I actually might do just for sake of argument? What a real challenge is? Doing this level in stealth. Like, it's already hard doing it in Skywalker Saga. Doing it here is a mess. Just going full stealth. And the only reason why it's easier in Skywalker Saga is that as long as you're not like chucking grenades or whatever, you're gonna be fine. Typically speaking. As long as you're not like chucking grenades and shooting people, as long as you aren't like a public menace, people aren't gonna notice you. Yeah, I mean, here you have to do a lot of crazy scenarios for people to not notice you and whatever. It's bizarre. We'll say that much. Precious days Obi-Wan. Alright. No, sorry, Joey. Didn't mean to hit you there. Actually, great. I like you. That thing we kind of furry abuse or just animal abuse in general. Oh. All right. Hello, yes, I'm one of you. All right. See where Leia is. There we go. I have to go fight Vader and die, so I'll see you later. Yeah, the typical stuff. Typical electronics. Time to go full stealth. Yeah, everyone, just ignore the guy with a lightsaber running around, even though Jedi are illegal. Anyways. Alright. Well, gotta help out old Ben. Ah, there goes my helmet. Jeez. Okay. I lost my helmet. Caused like a bunch of property damage or whatever, but it's all cool. We got across the bridge. It all works. All right. Okay. Oh. Ooh, that was lucky. Okay. No. I hate this part, by the way, especially if you're in Super Story. I hate that. I mean, I get they're just gonna generally notice because, I mean, come on, there's no way they didn't hear the giant explosion. I mean, unfortunately, logic got in my way, and now I have to do the virgin walk all the way back to get a helmet. Maybe. And I got rid of my helmet again. Great. Okay, just in case something goes wrong, I'm gonna get everyone a helmet. Even Chewie. Doesn't even fit on his head. No one's falling for this. I'm sorry. Ain't no man alive gonna look at that and think, yeah, that's one of us. Actually, gotta try that. Hold on. Yeah, I don't mind that. Just some giant furry that's just wearing a helmet. He's one of us. Don't worry. Do you remember the Wookiee troops from yesterday? Anyways, my controller died. There we go. I'll take that. Okay, I'm lucky I killed those guys with my before I left, because if I didn't, that would be a nightmare. Okay, boom. Well, lucky for us, Chewie kept his helmet. I probably should get a helmet myself, actually. I should probably remember to get that. Yeah, out of everyone, it's Chewie that Chewie keeps his helmet. Somehow. Some way. It's Chewie. Well. Of course, the best part is if your character's wearing a helmet, you can just go down here, shoot the guys in here, and get Leia, and just move on. And bada bing, bada boom. We got him. Now let's get out of here. I mean, if Leia didn't shoot them great there, then this would be a one short movie. And give credit's due there, you know. Okay, one thing I actually like about the Skywalker Saga part of this level is that you actually get to fight the giants, like the sewage creature. What was it called? The Dianga or something like that. Yeah, you actually get to fight that in that game. It's cool. I mean, granted, it's the only boss fight in that entire episode, but at the same time, the boss fight in this episode in this playthrough was a character that didn't even exist. So make of that what you will. Remember, there was like a blue mini kit hiding under here. Pissed me off. Anyways. Whoop. There we go. I would definitely say that I know this is technically part of like was it the dumpster scene, the garbage chute scene. But yeah, John Williams' score here. Mwah, amazing. Of course, you probably can't hear it that loud because you know how YouTube copyright is. But still, it's still great. I'm 45 minutes in, eh? I hate this part. I hate it. There we go. I didn't have to spend 40 minutes doing that. Perfect. You use Han as a human shield. There we go. Got it. Oh, I got lucky there. Let's go. Look at them go. This is way more entertaining than their actual fight in the film. Look at that. Like they're actually going. They're actually not doing a fencing routine, essentially. You know, something you see in like fencing 101. You know what? I'm gonna get flack for saying it, but I don't care. Luke versus Vader, as in the second one in Jedi, is the best lightsaber duel hands down. I'm sorry. Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, what about Obi-Wan versus Anakin in 3?" And it's like, okay, like I know that the best part is like, oh, it's like the action parts and the emotion or whatever. And it's like Jedi had all of that plus an entire intense trilogy and film to back it up. You know, everyone likes to run around and say, "Oh, Revenge of the Sith is better than Return of the Jedi," which is I don't know how people came to that assumption, but that's just me. Although I might be a little biased considering that Return of the Jedi is my favorite film maybe ever. So make of that what you will, I suppose. I'm just bringing that up just because I actually have some journalistic integrity instead of just saying prequel good, OT bad. So, you know. There we go. Here comes the entourage. And there we go. And now it's time for the true American Utopia finish, a trench run. About an hour in. Alright. Alright. Here we are. Old Ben's dead. Rip in peace, bro. Alright, let's go. Alright, we blow up the Nazi super weapon, and guess what? Utopia achieved. Why are you mad about that? That this is the only way to prevent genocide, basically. Why is that a bad thing that we're trying to prevent genocide? Anyways. Alright. Here we go. And here we go. Alright. Seriously though, the trench run may be my favorite Star Wars scene, probably outside of Luke versus Vader in 6, at least in my opinion. So good. course, we blow up the Nazi super weapon, and guess what? We get Utopia achieved. I'm gonna call them Nazis because that's what the Empire basically is. They're Nazis. Nazis in space. We're calling them that. I even say that on YouTube, knowing that YouTube's current guidelines, even though I'm critiquing them. I don't know. I don't get paid anyways. It's fine. I always do that because there's a mini kit in there typically. Force of habit, sorry. Alright, let's blow it up. Light up. You know what I like is a cool move to do? Do this entire scene without shooting. Now you can actually have like the whole use the force Luke part of it, you know? I say that because I think you get an achievement for it. I already got it, but whatever. I have you now. What? And I know they already. I think they do the Yahoo. Come on, where is it? There it is. Thank you. Thank you. You are too kind. And there goes the Nazi super weapon. See you later. Utopia achieved. Boom. Game, set, and match. Finish story. Let's go. There we are. Well, I hope you enjoyed that stream and everything. Yeah. Hopefully, it won't take 3 months for I do part 5 again. Then after that, I'm doing the Brazilian Utopia. God bless and happy gaming. We'll see you later.